Hello and welcome to the classic Hollywood movie you should know. I'm Nate Washburn. This week the movie is from 1944, Double Indemnity, starring Barbara Stanwyck, Fred MacMurray, and Edward G. Robinson, directed by Billy Wilder. Now last week I did the movie The Lady Eve, which was a Preston Sturges romantic comedy starring Barbara Stanwyck. This week I wanted to do another Barbara Stanwyck film. She's one of my favorite actresses from this period and really can do any type of film, from a silly romantic comedy like last week to this one of the greatest film noir movies ever made, and arguably her most well-remembered role. She plays Phyllis Dietrichson in Double Indemnity, this sort of murder plot mystery suspense film where everything goes wrong. Now the story, Phyllis Dietrichson, again, Barbara Stanwyck, she's this unhappily married woman. She meets Walter Neff, who is an insurance salesman. She convinces Walter to murder her husband, and then together they're gonna stage it like he died in an accident so that they can collect the insurance money. Because if his death is an accident, there's a clause, double indemnity, where they get double the insurance money. Walter agrees to this. The plan, of course, goes completely wrong. Edward G. Robinson plays a character called Barton Keyes, who is investigating the murder for the insurance company to make sure everything's on the up and up. He begins to suspect Phyllis and Walter, and there's more murder, there's betrayal, there's mayhem. It's a film that really keeps you guessing and on the edge of your seat the entire time. Now, the performances in Double Indemnity are top-notch. Barbara Stanwyck as Phyllis Dietrichson, Fred MacMurray as Walter Neff. But what really makes this movie special, I'd argue, is the screenplay. It was written by Billy Wilder and Raymond Chandler. Now, Billy Wilder also directed the film, but he had started in Hollywood as a screenwriter and had a lot of success writing these stories. One of his big hits, one of his big early hits, was Ninotchka from 1939, starring Greta Garbo. And you add that to Raymond Chandler, who was one of the most famous mystery suspense novelists at the time. He created the character of Philip Marlowe in the book The Big Sleep. You put these two guys together, Wilder's screenplay prowess, Chandler's knack with suspense and dialogue and story, and it's just unbeatable. This is one of the greatest screenplays in Hollywood history. Unfortunately, Billy Wilder and Raymond Chandler hated each other, and so this is the only screenplay that they worked on together. It's one of those situations like, the end of the Beatles, when John and Paul weren't getting along, but pushed each other to create such brilliant work. That's what Billy Wilder and Raymond Chandler are doing with the screenplay for Double Indemnity. And this film was a massive hit, one of the biggest hits of 1944. On a budget of just under $1 million, it grossed over $5 million in the box office. It was nominated for 7 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Director for Billy Wilder, Best Actress for Barbara Stanwyck, and Best Screenplay for Billy Wilder and Raymond Chandler. It didn't win any Oscars, which is a shock. This is one of the best films ever made, and it got shut out at the Oscars. Now, a little trivia about that. At the Oscars ceremony in 1945, the big winner was a movie called Going My Way, starring Bing Crosby, directed by Leo McCarey. It's a good film. It's not on the level of Double Indemnity, and yet because of the war, because of the way that the world was, America was looking for more of like these happy escapist films rather than a suspenseful murder mystery type movie. So Going My Way won all the awards, won Best Actor, won Best Director, won Best Picture. During the ceremony, when it was announced that Going My Way won Best Picture over Double Indemnity, Billy Wilder, who told this story himself, got so mad that as Leo McCarey was walking past him in the aisle to go collect the Oscar, Wilder stuck out his foot and tripped him. He didn't fall, but as Wilder reported, gleefully, he made Leo McCarey stumble so that everybody could see him trip as he walked down the aisle. And one last little thing about this film, one thing it gets criticized for is that people say that Barbara Stanwyck's wig for Phyllis, the blonde wig, doesn't quite look right. Billy Wilder did that on purpose. He wanted her to look sleazy. He wanted her to look cheap because she is, the one behind this plot. She's trying to get this money and stuff. So he wanted her to have this sleazy look, and hence the blonde wig. So if you're a fan of mysteries or film noir, something in the vein of like a Hitchcock kind of suspense film, give a watch to 1944's Double Indemnity. It is arguably the best film noir ever made. Great performances by Barbara Stanwyck and Fred MacMurray and Edward G. Robinson. Highly recommended. It's this week's classic Hollywood movie you should know. I'm Nate Washburn. Keep watching.